Hugh Colton, Town and Country TV, staying in touch with the communities that we call home and the great things that happen within them. I'm in Merrickville, and I am looking forward to Sunday, July the 10th, because it's going to be Hot Rod Day in Merrickville. The Merrickville Car Show is back, and this is the 16th annual Merrickville Car Show. My friend Jim Bonfield right beside me. Hello, my friend.
How are you?
16 years, and you know, there's a group of guys that came together some 16 years ago and said, you know, maybe we should try and plan a little bit of a hot rod show for Merrickville. 16 years later, you're known as the #1 one-day show in the country.
It's taken a lot of work, Huey, but we finally got there.
Isn't that something?
Yes. We were written up in the Montreal Gazette, and they were saying we were the #1 show across Canada for a one-day event, non-judge show.
Wow. Talk to me about that. Some 16 years ago, was that sort of how it happened? A bunch of guys got together and said, we'd like to try something like this. I mean, you know, keeping that dream and the passion of hot rods alive. I mean, look where it's come.
They started out with a group of 4 guys. They started out and they said, let's do a show in the park. And they did, and they got 100 cars their first year.
Right.
And then it continued on after that, and it's grown. And I came in board 2008.
Right.
And we've moved it up to 650 cars, and then it's just kept growing ever since.
Jim, I've been here when there's been 1,400 cars here. I've been here the first year that we came as Town and Country Chrysler, and of course Brad Kyle's collection from TCC Performance. We come every year. Thank you very much for this great spot that we have in front of St. Anne's Church, and we'll be here again this year in front of St. Anne's. But I remember bringing a group of cars down, and we left our dealership at 5:30 in the morning, and when we got here, we were in a line to get in. That's how popular this show is.
They start showing up at 6 o'clock in the morning, Hugh. Our parking guy said they've had a couple show up at 4:30 in the morning.
Jim, I think some have even come before, the night before, and stay overnight.
They have. All our B&Bs, our inns, they're all booked, and everyone's coming. It's
great economic potential for the village of Merrickville, isn't it?
Yes, it's huge. It's huge. A lot of our food establishments say it's their best day of the year, so which makes it great.
So let's talk about these 16 years, and each and every year you do some things new. You always do something fresh that brings something everybody back to say, wow, that's something new for this year. One of the things that you're talking about, and let's get at this right off the bat. Our friend Mike Ogilvie has been supporting this show for years upon years upon years. Ogilvie's Auto and Fleet, they're in Kilmarnock. Great garage, great staff, and Mike started with, you know, playing around with hot rods and modifying lawn tractors at about 13 or younger than that.
I think he was younger.
From a pretty young age, let's say. I don't want to give him away, but you know, he has brought a lot to this show, hasn't he?
Oh, he has. His display is a great display. He brings in his dragsters. He's kept a lot of his vehicles over the years and modified them, and he's part of his display. And then he brings all his staff.
Yeah, and it's an interesting story too, because that's a family drag racing team.
Yes, it is. So his 2 daughters and his wife also.
Exactly.
Drag. Yeah, no, it's awesome.
So Mike will be in the community hall again, but Mike has a friend. And that friend, I believe, is going to bring something really special this year to the Merrickville Car Show.
Yes, Paulo Juice is coming with his Chew That Racing team, and he's bringing a mod car.
C7 Corvette, I believe, a Pro Mod Racer.
5,000 plus horsepower.
5,000 horsepower C7 Corvette. Now, we've got to tell everybody right now, are you going to hear the car run? No, you're not. And there's a good reason why, correct?
Yes. Well, when he races for a day, he has to tear it down the next day, basically what he has to do. So, unfortunately, he can't start it up for us, although we would have loved to hear it.
Love to hear it, but to turn it over, it means a rebuild kind of thing. Maybe you can bring some audio that day that we can play of the car turned up in another race. That would be good. You know, the other thing that you've been trying to do for the last number of years is get some dyno testing going on, so people can come in and hook up onto the dyno and actually find out just how much horsepower they're producing at the rear wheels. And, you know, there are a couple of versions of dyno testing. The one you have this year is the barrel, where it's going to be great. You'll pull right up onto the barrel, we'll strap you down, and then you light it up, and we'll find out, you know, how much horsepower. It ranges up to, I think it can read up to 1,500 horsepower, 200 mile an hour.
Yes, yes. So basically you'll get 2 runs at it. So you'll fire it up, you'll get a reading, and then do it again and get another reading. So it's basically a trailer with drums on it. You drive your car up on it, and you're strapped in. So it's going to be really neat.
These guys are called the Dynocologists. Yes, they'll be here. Something new again for the Merrickville Car Show. You know, it looks like you're going to have a lot of activity throughout the entire village. I know that the cars line up just off St. Lawrence Street and come all the way up towards the community hall, but then you fill the Ball Diamond in the back, and lots of things happening there too, right?
Yes, we have this year, our vendors, they started calling in January.
Wow.
The word is out, we're getting bigger and bigger, Hugh. So this year we've included another section, which is kind of different. We haven't done this before. It's always been automotive related. This time it's licensed product, which so if you don't get enough shopping downtown Merrickville, which I don't know how you wouldn't.
Oh boy.
You have another whole section you can shop in, and then of course all our regular automotive vendors, which brings lots of neat things for you to check out.
Yeah, they fill the street, and the community component is there again this year. I know that you encourage everybody to take while maybe the husband is showing the car at the Merrickville Car Show, his wife might be cruising downtown Merrickville and all the great shops that are there. But there's you have that aspect as well. But the community getting involved with this car show, number one with volunteers, but also with the community organizations that will be involved the day of the show. For instance, doing some food.
Yes, so our
food's always fun at a car show too.
Always, well, because you're going to be here all day, Hugh.
Exactly.
It's a full day event.
Yeah.
Some people say we need more than one day, but so you can buy a hot dog or sausage from our fire department. Our Legion's putting on chicken. St. Anne's Church, beef on a bun. We've got Live Dog Rescue coming in. They're doing baked goods, and if you're bringing your kids, they can get some face painting done.
Yeah.
So we have a whole bunch of just different areas. The Lions Club is also doing hamburgers and hot dogs.
Right.
So yeah, no, it's a community event.
The other thing that happens is music, and all kinds of it planned for this year. Our friend Patty Webster is usually set up in the park, and then she'll be back again, I'm sure, this year. Yes. We're very happy to say Town & Country Chrysler is bringing back the Doherty Brothers. So the only live band will be happening right here at the Town & Country site, right out in front of St. Anne's Church.
Obviously the spot to be, right?
This is where you're going to be. Yeah, we're going to have some fun. I mean, that's a great band. John and the entire crew, they come and spend the day with us. They put on a wonderful show. Everybody loves it. We get them dancing on the street, which is what we love. So it'll be right in front of the TCC performance in the Town & Country display. So we'll look forward to that. And then as we move up the street, you've got more things happening in the Ball Diamond area, right?
Yes. So this year, we're a gentleman coming in. He has a company called Barbecue in a Box, and he provides full entertainment for us of pre-recorded music, which is going to be great. And if you actually go to his display, he takes older cars and he basically cuts them in half, and he makes a barbecue out of them.
Wow.
Which is going to be a really neat display for people to see.
And that's all happening by the community hall. And in the community hall, as we mentioned, Mike Ogilvy will have everything set up both in front of the hall and inside that building as well, right?
Yep, it's non-stop event everywhere throughout the show.
Yeah, and is there anything else new? I mean, we've touched on a number of new things. The greatest thing that happens that I see is that of a day of sunny weather, Jim, I've been here when there's been 1,400 cars here. I've been here when we've been set up. We actually set up the night before and stay the night with our cars here.
Right.
But I have seen it in the early hours of the morning where the front end of Merrickville, the park, everybody loves the park. So they come to the park to get their special spot around the locks. But even previous to 8 o'clock in the morning, I have seen cars passing us heading for the community hall in the Ball Diamond.
Last year, Hugh was at 7:30 in the morning.
Wow.
We were already heading up. So that means we've already parked approximately 250 cars when we're going by your location.
Yeah, 250 cars, and you're coming by where we are, and then you'll completely fill the Ball Diamond.
Correct.
And as I mentioned, I've seen upwards of 1,400 cars spend the day here in Merrickville.
Yes. And if you need a little more entertainment, Hugh, which is our backseat driver event.
Oh, I've heard about that.
Forgot to tell you about that one. So that's the one where the driver's blindfolded.
Yes.
And the passenger gives directions for around the course.
Right, exactly.
And it is always entertaining.
That's the Remax backseat driver event,
Yes,
I believe, isn't it?
That is correct. Jerry Sagan's putting
exactly.
that on
That's
for us
from
this
Jerry
year.
Sagan's from Remax Affiliates Realty.
Yes.
Our friends Rob Garvin and Kevin Grimes and Smith Falls and Jerry and the whole gang. So we'll look forward to seeing them. Yeah. But that's a neat event. I remember the first year you ran that. You had some politicians involved in that.
Yes, we did.
And I wasn't sure whether it was a backseat driver event or a demolition derby.
Yeah. Well, those hail bales really felt it.
your volunteers, the committee, this crew that have been with you for years and years and years, we've got to talk about them. I mean, you're talking about a whole load of work that starts really the day after the car show, 1 year in planning, but as you lead up to this this big day, Sunday, July 10th, everybody has a job. And you're a well-oiled machine because you have done this a number of times. You know what works and what doesn't.
Right.
But when you start to take a look at the manpower and the people that give of their time, we need to applaud them. You couldn't do this without those people.
We had 64 volunteers last year. And I'm guessing we'll probably need some more this year because I'm guessing we're going to get bigger again, Hugh. And we have a group of 8 on our committee, and we work all year round for it. But if it wasn't for those 64 people, we'd be lost.
That's a good thing. Maybe you're looking for volunteers, and anybody that sees this interview that would like to volunteer to help us with the 16th annual Merrickville Car Show, we can certainly, you can visit the website, you can certainly get on the Facebook page, and we'll give some numbers as well. So the big day is Sunday, July 10th. Believe me, Brad Kyle has some new additions to the collection, so we're certainly crossing the fingers and hoping that we'll be able to have them with us at St. Anne's Church. So come and see us, the Doherty brothers. But the Merrickville Car Show, folks, this is known as the #1 one-day car show in the country. And on a good day, you will see upwards of 14 cars come to the village of Merrickville and spend the day. You have a wonderful website for people that want further information. I think they can just Google up the Merrickville Car Show 2016.
Yes, merrickvillecarshow.com.
merrickvillecarshow.com. There's lots of pictures and galleries of past years, a Facebook page, I believe, as well. Yes. So you've got all that on social media. Now, if somebody wants to volunteer, can they call you directly?
Certainly can. Okay. So my number is 613-269-3863, and then give me a call. We welcome everybody.
Volunteers, 269-3863. That's my friend Jim Bonfield from the Merrickville Car Show, the 16th annual Merrickville Car Show. It's a day you do not want to miss here in the beautiful village of Merrickville. Okay, I'm ready.
All right.
I'm ready. It's early, but we'll look forward to a great day together. And
we're looking forward to you coming.
Man, we're going to have some fun. The Merrickville Car Show, the 16th annual. Make sure you're in Merrickville, Sunday, July 10th. Hugh Colton, Town and Country TV. Hi everybody, Hugh Colton, Town and Country TV, with an invitation for you to hit that subscribe button to find out what's happening in and around the communities that we call home.